'cause all I seem to do is hurt me.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to all of my species and well-being. Good morning. I'm coming to you today with another quick tip. I played this particular song, Deliver Me, by Donna Lawrence, and entitled This Is My Exodus. Sorry, I think I scratched my head on that moment. And in the midst of me dealing with this song, it woke up with it this morning on my spirit. And I started thinking about the biblical part of the Exodus, the exit out, the freedom to the promised land. And I started dealing with this, that how many of us still living in our own slavery or our own captivity? And no matter where we go in life, every day is a different journey. But do understand that your exodus is only a mind notion or a mental notion away. It's not a physical being that you're coming out. It's not, I have to get up and move to another location. It is only a trigger of a mental being that I am further and closer to closer than I was on yesterday. And so when I start looking at this and start looking at the things that we take in captivity, and I was reading something the other day, and I'm big on now being true to yourself. You know, we have a tendency where either we're in an organization, either we're in a relationship, wherever we are at that moment in our lives, we don't know how to filter out our feelings because we feel as though that will be offended to someone else or either to ourselves. Sometimes it's like pulling the onion layer back, but then you see something that you're about to dig up and stir in. It is, how do I participate in that and say that it's okay? Or do I just cover it and say I don't want to deal with it? But I'm here to serve the notion that your exodus, your freedom, the captivity of what you have been dealing with, is only a mental notion away. I've dealt with a lot of people that been dealing with mental health. And if the truth be told, I was in the same space around about this time last year, that not understanding. Oh my God, when I say anxiety, I didn't know. I understood when people say, oh, they just have an anxiety attack or something is mentally wrong with them. Let me go see, or they need to sit down and talk to somebody. I went through all of that, but I refused to go sit at someone else's table. But I had enough people in my community that loved me enough that I was able to express what I need to express. And then after seeking out therapy, I was able to filter out without it seeming like I was crazy. And I had to go through a lot of breathing techniques. Where I come from, they say, you need to pray. And prayer for me was talking out words to God and to this universe on what I want and writing it down and saying it's going out there. But I started sitting still and I started listening to my soul. I would sit still and I would have an inner body experience with myself. I started seeing pictures. I started seeing colors, and my mind was quiet. And my body started going into another deep place that I didn't think it was going. And at that time, I knew that my exodus was not tied to anybody. It was not tied to a book. It was not tied to an individual. It was tied to my own well-being. I know we don't want to deal with mental health, but it's a topic that needs to be talked about. It is time for us to start healing the wounds and the things that continue to hurt us, because we're carrying that around saying that it's okay for it to happen. And these people that do it, they are great people. They have a great sense of love or care, but somewhere along the line, that pain and hurt triggered from what they've been taught or from what they have been shown. And then they get in a certain age where it's been okay, and then they find themselves in a community of people that say, you're okay and we still love you. But we're not dealing with what's underneath it. So I challenge each one of us, wherever you're at in your life, always remember your exodus, your exit, your freedom, the joy that you have to love. Be authentic with yourself. Be true to yourself. So when your heart beats and when your soul beats, you're in an alignment with the things that are around you, that you know where you're going in life. Reach out and grab somebody else's hand so we can love in a pure way and be okay with being who we are and healing the wounds and the pain that we are hiding ourselves and masking ourselves with. Either we're taking another relationship. I read something or heard something yesterday by Jay Shutle, and he said that if you're lonely and you're seeking a relationship, when you get in a relationship, you're just going to bring emptiness to that. If you are lonely and you're seeking someone else to tie you to be whole and pure, you really bring emptiness into that because you're not true to yourself and you haven't yet really dealt with self yet. You just holding on to what I feel that's going to keep me a little bit more sane and let me live my life that I can give this to somebody knowing that it's a purpose and I'm important somewhere within this world. This is your exodus. Continue to strive. Continue to be the best you can be in this world and on this journey. 3, 4, 5, I rise. You rise, we rise to truth, to purity, and most of all, let us love.